Hi guys! Kamusta? How are you? We're here again sa series of questions of the patients, yung mga viewers natin for Relentless for Change, and thank you for sending stars, liking, sharing, and supporting my social media accounts. Very important kasi after the COVID pandemic, focus natin should be on lifestyle changes. But before anything else, I'd like to introduce you mga merch, no? This one is na Relentless for Change, the tumbler, makeup, and then may notebook. This is a notebook. You have the checklist and the monitoring for your blood pressure, weight. You have something like notes, no? Now, paano ko ba naisip to? 3 years into the pandemic, nagkaroon tayo ng mga hashtag na Relentless for Change, See Me Inspires, Sense of Purpose. Sabi ko, many years from now, we will look back ano nangyari sa pandemic and how this particular advocacy simula. And then, of course, sa clinic, magkakaroon din po din yan. Ako, mahilig ako magbibili niyan eh. Naisip ko lang na this can be helpful as a platform for other items related to lifestyle diseases. So, yun po, you can buy the merch in Shop and Lazada, and the link is below. So, ito yung mga frequently asked questions ng mga viewers natin eh. And the first question from Ramon Ruiz. Doc, pag na-angioplasty ka na ba, bumabalik bang stroke? Well, that's a good question kasi though the mechanism and the risk factors halos pareho like smoking, diet, alcohol, obesity, and of course, a lot of stress, pareho rin. Pero ang coronary artery disease kasi, mainly obstruction ng coronary arteries supporting the heart. So pag kanang bara, there are 3 things that you will do aside from treating the risk factors, and then may medications, and then you try to revascularize or ibig sabihin paluluwagin mo yung bara. Ang tawag dyan angioplasty. Ngayon, kung wala nang pag-asa doon, ang 3 bara na or sobra na yung bara ng puso, doon ho nababypass. So, magkaiba po yung coronary artery disease at stroke. Ang stroke po is the common term for cerebrovascular accident. Yan po yung sa brain. Hindi porke na angioplasty ka na, hindi ka magkaka-stroke. Magkahiwalay po yan. At ang stroke, predominantly affected ng blood pressure control. Pag tumaas ang blood pressure, nagkakaroon po ng stroke. At dalawang klase yan, pagbabara at pumuputok yung ugat. So, magkahiwalay po sila. Maganda itong question do. Please discuss, doctor, the efficacy of alleged herbal or cure-all energy drinks shown in various blogs. For transparency's sake, matagal na ho akong gusto magpaliwanag dito kasi even my name has been dragged into these drugs per FDA, Food and Drug Administration. Pag po herbal supplements, wala po siyang therapeutic effect. Though may mga narirehistro sa FDA at nagiging over-the-counter sila, pero hindi ibig sabihin ay meron siyang efficacy, quality, hindi natin sigurado po yun. Siyempre, nagsasubmit sila ng dokumento. Pero hindi natin siyang pwedeng sabihin na pwede natin gamitin sa mga pasyente natin. Exactly the same thing as with a prescription drug na pag ininom mo, let's say antibiotic, hypertension, talagang gagaling. Yung herbal kasi, hindi mo alam kung tatalab sa'yo. But we don't discourage that kasi some people na gumagamit ng certified, tumatalab din naman po sa kanila. We don't also downplay that there are certain herbal drugs na nagiging effective. Marunong dapat tayong kumilatis dito, lalo na kung meron hong problema kayo sa kidney and liver that may actually be affected. The other one is the cure-all energy drink. Meron ho yung mga components or ingredients and mainly high levels of caffeine. Ginagamit yan usually ng mga players. Ngayon, high energy yan. Tapos minsan magko-coffee pa sila. Minsan may chocolate pa in the middle of the game. So I had the opportunity nangyari dyan. So I will not mention the name, but it was a UAAP game and I was at the sidelines. Then suddenly, the star player from a top school biglang nanghinat, nag-collapse. And they called for a cardiologist. Siyempre, gagayan pa ba ako? Di ako yun. So, pagkapa ako ng pulse, ready. And then, ang heart rate, pulse oximeter. Grabe, umabot ng 200. So, sabi ko, meron ng emergency room na ready and then the ambulance is there. Kaya lang, pag nilipat mo, baka mahimatay. So, sabi ko, meron tayong wheelchair dyan. Dinala namin sa dugout. I did a carotid massage. Nandito ang carotid artery at ang vagus nerve. Meron siyang supraventricular tachycardia. It so happened, meron akong monitor doon. Meron na silang portable. Na-save ko yung patient na yun. 5 minutes. And then nakabalik sa game. After that, tinanong ko siya, ano ba nangyari? Naku, Doc, nag-energy drink ako. Nag-3 akong espresso. And then my sweetheart, sa halftime, binigyan ako ng chocolate bar. Kumain ako noon. So, high na high ako noon. Ang problema, nag-palpitation ako. And thank you, sagip mo ako. Be careful. Some players viewers kasi umiinom ng energy drink, di mo alam kung ano magiging epekto sa'yo. So, be careful with energy drinks. Just consult a doctor kasi we don't know. Baka kayo merong existing heart disease or meron pa kayong combination ng mga pagkain or gamot na iniinom, and that will be bad for your heart. The next question is from John 6073. Doc, I have a family history with diabetes and both my parents and my sister po meron diabetes. So ngayon po, taking maintenance high blood pero normal pa rin ang sugar ko, age 40. Ang tanong ko po, kahit po ba maingat ako, magkakaroon pa din po ba ako ng diabetes pagdating ng araw? That's a very good question. Ang genetics would play an important factor kasi ito yung destiny mo eh. But it doesn't mean that if your parents meron diabetes or hypertension, ay magkakaroon ka na rin. Kasi your destiny can be altered by your lifestyle. Kung nag-exercise ka, nagda-diet ka, ang weight mo yung okay, pwede ka pa rin hindi magka-diabetes. So, I'll give you example. My mom and my dad were diabetic. Pero hindi ako nagkaroon ng diabetes. Kasi nag-exercise ako. Hindi ako sweet tooth. Chinecheck ko yung mga blood sugar ko palagi. I think meron 3 akong kapatid na meron. But pag titingnan mo, medyo overweight din sila. Discipline is destiny, ika nga sabi ni Ryan Holiday. So, if you gonna take care of your diet, then you exercise for half an hour, and then you weight ayusin nyo, hindi kayo magkakaroon ng diabetes. So, kanya-kanya po yun. Pero hindi lahat mangyayari po yun. Just stay healthy lang and follow lang po natin yung ating preventive measures. So, next question from Nelson Karaig 3120. Ay, Doc, mabuhay po kayo. May ask po ako sa inyo. Yung mother ko na-diagnose ng liver cancer. Tapos, maliit lang po siya, 8 cm. Dati, 1.74. Biglang lumaki siya. Meron po nakita nodule. Ngayon ho, normal yung alpha-fetoprotein. Well, I can relate to that because my dad died liver cancer. Pwede ho, lumaki siya, dapat imo-monitor. So, kahit normal po yung cancer marker na ang tawag ay alpha-fetoprotein, pwede rin po magkaroon ka ng cancer. Ang pinaka-gold standard para sa pag-diagnose ng liver cancer is a biopsy. So, my dad, fatty liver siya dati, medyo mataba kumain and then nag-alcohol. Tapos, nagkaroon bigla ng malaking bukol. Nag-histopath diagnosis, doon nakita. So, whether the alpha-fetoprotein is normal or abnormal, ang standard pa rin ay yun pong biopsy po. So, that's another question. High blood po ako, tumiinom ho ako ng amlodipine, 10 mg a day. At pwede ho ba ako minom ng Dianorm? Yung amlodipine, okay po yan. One of the best drugs in the world. In fact, I'm taking amlodipine at my age, may hypertension tayo. Pero yung Dianorm, hindi ho yan tunay na gamot na ini-endorse ko. At yan hindi rehistrado sa FDA. Nagagamit lang tayo ng mga fake news na yan. Buti na lang ang FDA ay may inquiry na paano mapipigilan natin yung mga fake news, fake ads, misinformation, at saka disinformation. So, don't take the Dianorm. Amlodipine, you can take it. Doc, ilan hong porsyento ang namamatay sa side effects ng bakuna? I'm sure COVID ang tinitiyan. At may study po ba nagmo-monitor or wala? Well, maliit porsyento ang side effects. Siguro 1% lang of the billion. 6 to 7 billion na bakunahan na lift ng State of Public Health Emergency ng World Health Organization, ng DOH, at ng presidente natin. Kung wala yung bakuna, I don't think tayo makakabalik sa normalcy natin. May nagmo-monitor dyan, ang FDA, tinitingnan. So far, wala tayong indikasyon. Malaking porsyento ang side effects ho nitong bakuna. At yan ay dulot ho ng mga anti-vaxxers at mga naninira tungkol ho dito sa mga gamot ginagamit natin na nakasave ng billions of citizens all over the world. Thank you very much for watching. So if you have questions, just type or write it down and then we'll try to answer. Maraming salamat. Stay healthy.